Hi everybody. Now we're going to talk about House of Wax versus House of Wax. The first one, it came out in 1953. This one has Vincent Price in it, of course, legend. And shockingly enough, this has Charles Bronson in it, and I did not recognize him. I had to look on the IMDb. He played Igor in this movie. And Carolyn Jones, she was Kathy in this movie, was Morticia Adams on the TV show from 64 to 66. Vince Henry in the movie is horrified to find out that his business partner is planning on torturing their wax museum for the insurance. I own this on Vudu. I actually own both of these on Vudu. And it was funny. This movie was so old when it was coming up because it said it was 3D. It called it third dimension movie. Or 3 dimensions. Sorry, not third dimension. 3 dimensions. So I thought that was interesting seeing. Charles Bronson is so young in this movie. Like I said, I did not recognize him. This took place like in the later than the 50s, like maybe 1900 something, because there's like horse-drawn carriages and stuff in this movie. It didn't really say what time period this came out, but just think horse-drawn carriages, and one of them references a car. And one of the characters references a car, so maybe about the time the first car came out. And it's definitely an awesome classic and tamed today's standards, and definitely could probably be watched with family. You know, there's not cussing, blood, gore, naughty bits. So it's definitely something you can watch with your family if everybody likes this kind of thing. And one thing I liked, because it was 3D, they had this guy doing a ping pong thing, and the ball was come flying at the screen. Now, on to the remake. The remake came out in 2005. College kids with car trouble find themselves seemingly in an abandoned town. Paris Hilton is in this movie, and she actually had more horror cred than I expected. There was something called like 9 Lives. I think that was horror. It was either horror or thriller. And a repo of the Genetic Opera. And I think there was something else, but I forgot to repo was the only thing I put down on here. And I'm probably going to meet his latest name, but Jared, I ain't even going to try it. Sam from Supernatural. He was also in Friday the 13th Final Cut, and he was in Cry Wolf. This has an impressive cast, and they're camping out in the woods on the way to a football game. A girl hears something outside. After already having an odd visitor, she wakes up her boyfriend Wade, which is Sam, and tells her it's probably a serial. He tells her it's probably just a serial killer. Just go back to sleep. And then so she goes checking out and gets kind of mad that because he won't do it. And in this movie, the whole house is literally wax. And there's a Paris Hilton striptease. Obviously, she don't go all the way. And by far, probably the best kill scene. It's the only thing I've remembered fully about this movie since I've seen it when it first came out. There is a slight twist at the end. And I do remember not liking this when it first came out. I think the whole mindset is remake, blah, blah, blah. But I think it has enough differences and makes it modern enough. Like, not just the whole house is made out of wax. It's like he made all the townspeople wax as well. And that is a little bit of a spoiler. I should probably put spoilers alert. But so it's not just the museum like the original one. And of course this one's bloody and gory, so definitely not family friendly. But yeah, I don't know if they're free anywhere, but I do know they had a sale not too long ago. They were both fairly cheap on Vudu, so definitely check it out.